What's up, world? I go by the name of V, and I'll be happy to be bringing you guys a review today of a firearm that has been getting a lot of attention for the most part. And this will be my first initial YouTube video, so I'm going to be very, very, very excited about things to come, the content I'm going to be providing to you guys for the most part. And what better way to just learn about firearms, see videos of testing firearms, just delivering all types of content. Without further ado, let's get into it. So, we're going to be talking about the Springfield Echelon. So, I've seen a lot of videos on YouTube about it. I've seen a lot of different opinions about it at work, so on and so forth. So, not gonna lie, my personal opinion about the Springfield Echelon is I absolutely love it. So Springfield has done a wonderful job with re-innovating and remapping their structure when it comes to putting out new firearms, um, making the firearms better each and every single time that they produce something. And this by far has been the best that I've seen Springfield actually do a re-innovation of something that's comfortable, soft shooting, and has all the realistic ergonomics of what you would feel comfortable with operating a firearm. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Just go ahead and pull it up for you. So, first off, we're gonna make sure that the firearm is clear. Keep your trigger finger on the outside of the slide for the most part. So, as you can see, it is clear. And let me tell you, man, like Springfield could have not done a better job with engineering and everything as far as the craftsmanship that they put into with this firearm. First off, one thing that I love about the firearm starting out basically is the grip for the most part. This grip, I don't know what it is, but this grip is very comfortable off the rip. So it kind of feels kind of like it has a SIG feel to it. Just the grip has a SIG feel. It actually has a couple features that looks kind of crazy to me as well. So when I look at this, I'm thinking about three guns put together. It has the groove of a Walther. These grooves right here just speaks Walther Q5 match to me. Don't know why, it just does. Um, it has the structure of a Glock. This literally looks like a Glock 17 all day long. And for the most part, the grip, SIG all day. And another thing we're going to talk about is this fire control unit. Well, they call it, Springfield's calling it the COG. This fire control unit, when I thought about that, I strictly thought about SIG all day long because SIG has been the only company that I've known of. If anybody knows about any other company for the most part that has done self-control fire control units for the most part, let me know. Comment down below and just give me some feedback for the most part. I don't know everything for the most part as opposed to which company did first. I know a couple things here and there. I know enough to be right, but you know how it goes. You know, there's always somebody out there that wants to prove their knowledge for whatever reason. But we can keep the ball rolling on that. But yeah, it has the U-notch sights that are actually on the back. So it shows up pretty good, especially with whatever red dot you want to put on it. I just went with the standard Hollison 407 for the most part. And let's talk about the sight. So the front sight, basically it is a Tritium night sight for the most part, and it does have the U-notch rear sight on the back, so you can easily align your rear sight with your front sight, co-witnessing if you will. But man, I love it. The takedown like is rather easy. for the most part. Um, Another thing we're going to talk about is basically is these ambi slide releases. So I thought that was kind of different because for one, these ambi releases can be a little bit aggravating sometimes when it comes to releasing the guns, releasing the slides, or taking down the firearm, whichever way you want to go with it. But I noticed that these slide releases are just they're really easy and comfortable to operate. Like it takes nothing for a person to just swipe down and just boom. But do it again. Do it on the opposite side. See where my thumb is right there. Boom. I mean, I don't know, man. You know, this is this this right here is definitely going to do a lot of numbers for the most part because ever since they released this thing, it has been blowing up everywhere. To be perfectly honest, like every time that I jump on YouTube, I look at a couple videos for the most part, and it's like, bro, like it's just blowing up, man. And I mean, and I can see why, you know, because of the build, the ergonomics, the comfortability. I haven't had a chance to test mine out yet when it comes to shooting, but stay tuned for that. I'm gonna definitely gonna be recording some footage on the range for the most part, so that's definitely coming soon. Um, but yeah, it's really just another one of these guns, man, for the most part that you can feel comfortable about operating. From what I hear, they shoot very flat, you know. And for the most part, another thing, let's talk about the mag. So basically, it comes with 117 round mag, and it comes with a 20 round mag. Now, however, inside the box, you're gonna get a base plate for the most part. You're gonna get another one of these where you can actually turn your 17 into a 20 round. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm very guilty of it. I love high mag capacity magazines. It just makes me feel more prepared for the unexpected for the most part. So, hey, you don't have to like it for the most part, but every gun that I actually carry is going to have a base plate of a little bit more rounds than the normal mag capacity for the most part. But that's just a personal preference of mine, you know. But yeah, so what I did was out the box, like I said, one already came standard with it. So I took this base plate that came inside the box for the most part, and I basically just added it on to 17. So basically I have two 20 rounders. Another thing that I saw on YouTube for the most part where a lot of people have been having trouble with the magazine capacity for the most part. So I see a lot of people when they slap them into their guns, the follower and the spring actually just jumps out for the most part. I don't know what that's about for the most part, but I haven't had that issue at all. I haven't had that issue at all, so I don't know. Maybe that's just a torture test thing that they're doing. But like I said, these right here, I mean, they're pretty sturdy to me. Like I said, I haven't had that issue at all. I mean, a lot of times we don't always get the best of guns when we first get them anyway. So, not saying it can't happen to me because it possibly could. Just saying I haven't had that issue happen yet, and I've been kind of beating these things kind of hard, to be perfectly honest, to see if there was any type of ejection follower issue or something like that. But haven't had any issue as of yet. But for the most part, man, they have two versions of the Echelon. So they have the 3-dot sight and they have the U-notch. Just for personal preference, it's just up to you if you want to go with the U-notch or if you want to go with 3-dot. I mean, me personally, I like the U-notch better because it picks up my sight picture a little bit better when I'm actually shooting or doing quick target acquisition. So I'm able to follow my dot and my follow-up shots pretty quickly and pretty effectively for the most part. So normal MSRP, I think the U-notch is $5.99 or something like that, and I think the 3-dot is a little bit more than that. I say like a couple bucks more for the most part. So with that being said, I mean, it's not It's really affordable. Like it's not non-affordable at all for the most part. Very innovative gun. You know, anyone can afford it. I got some things coming with this gun for the most part. So some things that I want to do to it as of right now. But starting out, like I said, I just put a standard Holliston on it. Nothing crazy. Something that I can just provide quick target acquisition with. Just stay prone to my follow up shots and so on and so forth. But you know, like I said, but man, you know what? Look at the gun, man. Let's take a second to appreciate the craftsmanship of Springfield Armory, man. Like I said, and I think, don't quote me on this, but from what I've heard, is that Springfield is supposed to be replacing this with the XDM. Not 100% sure on that. It's just a rumor that I've heard for the most part. So don't quote me on that. I'm not saying that they're replacing it for the most part. It's just something that I heard. But man, yeah, let's just pull that back up, man. Let's take a moment and just look at that. Let's take a moment just to appreciate the craftsmanship, man. And this right here I thought was kind of cool because I noticed they have stippling literally all over the gun. They have stippling up here where, you know, you can actually put your thumb as a rest pedal or whatever. They have stippling right here on the takedown lever. They have stippling up here. They have it right here on the grip, and they actually have it on the base plate, which, you know, is kind of dope because I do know for me, grip is everything when it comes to shooting, practicing, self-defense situations, whatever the case may be. Grip always matters to me. I really don't necessarily care too much about the actual barrel length because, I mean, like I said, that gun is going to do whatever it is it's going to do for the most part. So the barrel length really doesn't matter to me in a lot of cases. But however, man, this is just a real step up from what Springfield has done, especially when it came to the Hellcat. Now, the Hellcat isn't a bad gun at all. Let me be clear. The Hellcat isn't a bad gun at all. It really isn't. But the thing with me is that majority of every firearm I put my hand on, it has to have some sort of gripping ability for my hands because I have fat hands for the most part. So I need more space to do proper hand grip placement, or when I'm even doing practice firing for the most part. I want to be able to be comfortable with operating a firearm knowing that I have full control over it. And that's one thing that I really kind of disliked about the Springfield Hellcat. But like I said, it does not take away from the gun itself. Like it's still a well-performing gun. Now, if we're talking about the Hellcat Pro, I actually have a Hellcat Pro. Shot it a couple times. Was very impressed with the grip on the actual grip, simply because I just couldn't get into the short grips. They just really don't work for me. But however, once they came out with that Hellcat Pro, I definitely picked one up, and I was a little bit more at ease with that because it gave me an 1.5 inch longer grip, and it gave me an 1.5 inch longer barrel length that was on it. So I was able to do a real good job with holding proper hand grip placement, recoil mitigation. I was able to really control it like how I wanted to control it. But this guy here, man, I can tell you what, I got some videos coming soon with me test firing this guy on the range for the most part. Thinking about adding a streamlight to it, maybe a TLR1HL, or I was actually thinking about adding a TLR7 sub, simply because like the gun is already kind of long for the most part. It has a 4.5 inch barrel, And I wanted to just maintain the flushness of it simply because it's already long. So, it'll still give a good weight balance when it comes to firing it for the most part. But man, tell me what you guys think, man. Like, did you guys get a chance to pick this up? Did you guys get a chance to shoot it? What was your first impressions of it for the most part? Yeah, just let me know. But yeah, if you like the content that I'm giving you, like, comment, subscribe. Give me some feedback for the most part. Like I said, I go by V, and I feel pretty excited about this journey that I'm going to partake in, and providing you guys with content as soon as something comes out. Give you guys updates. I plan on, of course, doing a whole lot of hands-on reviews too. Going to this range, going to that range, test firing this, test firing that. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Get this video to approximately 500 likes if possible if you like the content. I'll greatly appreciate it. If you don't like the content, I still appreciate it, because at the end of the day, this is something that I love to do. This is something that I've been into for approximately 6 years, and I love it, man. So once again, thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, see you to the next video. Peace.